Hey YouTube, Bob here. Welcome to World of Nintendo. I've got a lot more content like this on the way, so be sure to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. Give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment to let me know what you think. Here we go. In this edition of first-party Nintendo Players Guides, we have part 2 of the Game Boy Guides. And as you can see in part 1, the game that received the most votes was none other than Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. So here it is. Take a look at the guide that has the GameCube branding up at the top, and still at this point the guides were being published by Nintendo Power, and we would see that through the duration of the GameCube's life. This is the official Nintendo Player's Guide. Turning it over to the back here, don't fold under pressure, because, you know, paper. In his quest to uncover the secrets of the Thousand-Year Door, the world's most heroic plumber will face a plethora of foes, both new and old. What's an adventurer to do when faced with such seemingly insurmountable odds? Buck up and look to Nintendo Power's official player's guide for invaluable battles, strategies, puzzle solutions, and delicious recipes. Really? And then they go on to show you the layout of what the pages will look like on a typical portion of the guide, kind of pointing out the official maps that you're going to be getting. You also have detailed walkthrough for Mario's epic journey, including expert tactics for defeating every boss, full color maps of each destination from the sewers beneath Rogueport to the X-Nauts Fortress on the moon, comprehensive appendices for every badge, star piece, and shine sprite in the game. So as always, a very comprehensive guide from Nintendo Power. So let's crack it open and see what we have here. Got some nice art. There's Mario there, the Paper Mario style. And then the staff list, everybody who is involved in the publication of the guide. Opening up here, we got the contents. Got the story, which we'll go through, the controls, battle basics, see how the mechanics work in this particular game, all the badges you can collect, and then the companions in the form of Mario's partners, and then how to use this guide. And then this particular one is divided into chapters based on the areas of the game, including the Rogueport hub. So, the brief story of the game here. The story of the Thousand-Year Door. An awfully long time ago, in a strange and far-off land, a big bustling town thrived. All of its residents lived very happy lives, and it is said that the town was very prosperous. But one day, tragedy befell this blessed place. A great cataclysm struck the town and its people. Darkness filled the skies, and the earth roared and shook. It was as if the very world had come to a violent end. And in but a single night, the town sank into the depths of the earth. So you got some screenshots there of the exposition of the story in-game. And it continues on here in the guide. As the centuries passed, the town's existence passed into fable. Yet in recent years, word has spread of a thousand-year door hidden beneath the city of Rogueport. What's behind the door? No one knows for certain. Could it hold a legendary treasure? A powerful relic? Mustard of doom? There's only one way to find out. So we got some more screens here of the in-game exposition. And then here we have some nice illustrations of the characters in the game. Of course, you got Mario, and then the companions as well here on the right-hand side. Mario's Party. Mario will meet quite the eclectic group of friends over the course of his journey. They all have little idiosyncrasies, from an unhealthy infatuation with Mario's mustache to an insistence on calling the Italian plumber Gonzales. But the capped crusader wouldn't get very far without them. So here we've got how the functions are mapped to the particular buttons on the GameCube controller, saying, you'll need to master your mustachioed leading man's moves to collect elusive items and fight wily foes in your epic quest to save Princess Peach. These pages are your guide to the essentials. You're talking a bit about upgrades, and then the paper mechanic. Battle basics, how the battle system works. More than a few unfriendly faces would like to see Mario fail in his quest, and they'll do everything in their power to make that happen. Fortunately, our hero has the means to fight back. So talking about your jumping ability, using items, various tactics. Some more exposition here about how the battle system works with your action commands, using star power, the bingo game, leveling up, and bonuses. Power up your partners. The rest of your party isn't affected by star points, but you can power up your allies at Merlin's house in Rogueport. For 3 shine sprites, the old man will increase a partner's HP and teach him or her a new move. At first, you can increase each character's ranking only once. After Chapter 5, though, Merlin can power up your partners a second time if you bring him a special item. And lots of badges in this game. Badges? We don't need no stinking badges. Sorry, we couldn't resist. In actuality, you'll need as many badges as you can get your hands on. Wearing them is vital to your success. So, how the badges of power work, expanding your collection in this game, copious amount of badges, and then of course the partners, the 7 companions that Mario has here. Even a hero as great as Mario needs a little assistance now and then. Just ask Luigi. Fortunately, you'll meet some helpful companions on your journey. So, we've got Goombella, Koops, Madame Flirty, Yoshi, Vivian, Admiral Bobbery, and Mrs. Mouse. Really cool mechanic there with the companions. How to use the guide. Before you embark on your quest to open the 1,000-year door, take a moment to familiarize yourself with the elements of this guide. This guide's walkthrough pages. So, gives you again that layout, the 2 pages together, the map key, the types of things they will be detailing for you on these pages. And we'll take a look at how that's laid out in the Rogueport Hub area. But then after that, we'll just take a look at the art for the subsequent chapters. So, a rogue's welcome here at the Rogueport Hub. Rogueport and Rogueport sewers. The town of Rogueport will serve as your hub throughout the game. Refer to these pages before the start of each chapter to see which new goodies you can get your mitts on. So again, we're seeing those the map and the legend that were detailed on the how to use this guide portion. And we can see that that's all being detailed here for the Rogueport and Rogueport sewers. Which is a nice touch to open it this way before getting into the actual chapters. Again, very detailed descriptions of each portion. Also have very detailed tables of the items and badges, everything that's available in the area. So each of the subsequent chapters are going to have a similar layout, and the first one up is Chapter 1, Castle and Dragon, with some really cool art. Who's hungry for calamari? Stand on the pedestal in front of the 1,000-year door to begin your search for the crystal stars. Your first destination is Petal Meadows. Head back down to the sewers after your conversation with Professor Frankly. Then take off from the paper airline panel to your right and fly to the ledge in front of the door in the next room. Hammer the tentacle that's coming out of the water to initiate a battle with a humongous blooper. Take out both tentacles to knock the giant squid to the ground. Then finish off the body. Afterwards, jump across the 2 moving platforms on top of the water and take the warp pipe to Petal Meadows. So very detailed instructions about what to do, and certain portions of them are illustrated with screenshots as well. So there's your introduction to Chapter 1. Going on to Chapter 2, we've got the Great Bogley Tree, Plight of the Punies. Return to Rogueport and stand on the pedestal in front of the 1,000-year door to learn the location of the second crystal star. After consulting with Professor Frankly, head back to the sewers and follow the little gray creature. So we've got the clue, and then the screenshots, and then above it the beautiful artwork for the game with the chapter and then the title. Moving on to Chapter 3. Of Glitz and Glory. A favor for the Don. Take the crystal star back to the 1,000-Year Door, then purchase the contact lens from the Toad Brothers shop and give it to Zess. On the west side of town, buy a dried shroom and a dizzy dial from the item shop. When the clerk asks what your favorite color is, answer yellow. Head out the back door and pay a visit to Don Pianta. Talk to Frankie and Francesca at the harbor, then return to Don Pianta's to collect your blimp ticket. You can answer his question however you wish. So more screenshots of all of that, and then the art with Don Pianta. Before we head on to Chapter 4. For Pigs, the Bell Tolls. Very clever chapter titles here. Clogged Pipe. When you're ready to proceed to Chapter 4, slip through the metal grate on the west side of Rogueport. Ride Yoshi to the ledge on your left, then try to go down the brown warp pipe on the other side of the door. When the pipe rejects you, head back to town and talk to Professor Frankly. He'll refer you to a man named Darkly, who you will find standing behind Merlin's place. When you consult with him, the pipe will be open to you. So there's our screenshots illustrating that, the art, and then the chapter title. And moving to Chapter 5. Chapter 5 is The Key to Pirates. The Love of the Sea. Your next destination is Keelhaul Key. Head to the Rogueport Inn and talk to Flavio. No matter how you answer his question, he'll offer to take you to the key. Chat with him again at the harbor, then head to the east side of town and cross the river with Yoshi so you land south of the fence. Climb the crates, ride Yoshi onto the rooftops to your left, and roll down the chimney. After you speak to the old Babam inside, head back to the inn and chat with Podley. If you revisit the old Babam, he'll admit to being Admiral Bobbery. Ask Podley to tell you Bobbery's story. Then deliver the old letter that he gives you to the Admiral. After he reads the letter, Bobbery will finally agree to join you. And we've got our screenshots of that action and the very cool game art. Chapter 6. Which is 3 Days of Excess. Ticket, please. To advance to the next chapter, you'll need a ticket for the Excess Express. If you pay Don Pianta a visit, his associates will offer you a ticket in exchange for the safe return of his daughter. Take the Cortez's boat to Keelhaul Key and talk to Francesca east of the shantytown. You'll find her wedding ring near the tree where you helped Bobbery. Take the ring back to her, then return to Rogueport and collect your train ticket from the Don. All that before moving on to Chapter 7. And Chapter 7 is Mario Shoots the Moon. Mario. Tool upgrade. After you learn the location of the final crystal star, Professor Frankly will ask you to come back later. Stand under the wooden platform in the town square and perform a spring jump to knock down the giant treasure chest. Inside it, you'll find an ultra hammer. When you're ready to move on, return to Professor Frankly's, then slip through the metal grate on the west side of town. Ride Yoshi to the ledge on your left and smash the gray block in front of the wall with your new mallet. The blue warp pipe on the other side will take you to the far outpost. All illustrated there for us. Accomplish that to move on to Chapter 8. The 1,000-Year Door, the namesake of the game. Very cool art there. The beginning of the end. Professor Frankly will meet you outside the teleportation room beneath Rogueport. After you've apprised him of the situation, make your usual rounds through town, then meet the professor at the 1,000-Year Door to begin the final chapter. And there's our screenshots for that. And continuing on, the information journal. This is one of the final portions of the guide here. It's pretty much a log of all the enemies and characters that you're going to find. The Tattle log. Mario's foes are many and varied. On the following pages, we've listed every enemy alphabetically with its stats, the location of its first appearance, its catalog number, and a brief description provided by Goombella. So, lots and lots and lots of characters in this game. Several pages worth of them. Some really cool art to boot. I've always loved the, of course, paper aesthetic. Reminds me a bit of Okami, just with that paper background look. You can see pages and pages of bestiary here. And then status effects. This particular section gives you descriptions for things like badges and the like. Certain items and attacks can affect your status or that of your foes. As detailed in the chart below, a number will appear above the icon to indicate how many turns the effect will last. So you can see you got for the badges, lots and lots here. There are 85 total badges in the game. You can view which ones you've already acquired in the badges section of your in-game journal. Use the comprehensive list we've provided to help you fill out your collection. So you've got the badge and its icon, the BP, the FP location, and description. So all 85 badges detailed here in these pages. Special moves. The star-powered special moves are the mightiest weapons in your arsenal, but you have to know how to use them. That's where this page comes in. Read on for an explanation. We've got Sweet Treat, Art Attack, Earth Tremor, Sweet Feast, Clock Out, Showstopper, Power Lift, and Supernova. Then in the spirit of Super Mario Sunshine, there are shine sprites in this game as well, a few to be collected in most of the areas. On the checklist below, we've detailed the location of every shine sprite in the game. We're nice like that. Always love the writer's self-awareness and humor. All the star pieces, however, this was before the Galaxy games. The checklist below contains every star piece in the game. All the items. All of a sudden the text gets very small. So many items. The following pages describe every item and give the locations for where you can find them. The items are organized by category. Lots and lots and lots of items, and then some blank area of the page filled in with some nice illustrations of the character art. We got 2 more sections left of this area of the guide. The shop list. The list on the left shows the inventory and prices for each shop. The list on the right shows the stores where you can sell particular items for the best prices. So we've got buy and sell. Zest Tea's menu. Zest Tea can use almost any ingredients to create a variety of delicious dishes. You'll find all of her recipes on the following pages. Bon appetit! So, they weren't kidding on the back when they mentioned recipes. Got the items that you'll need to make and then the ingredients required for each one. Lots and lots of recipes. Then finally, Trouble Center. This is for kind of the bonus portion of the game, or the second quest. It says, once you're through saving Princess Peach and the world, you can go back and re-explore most locations thoroughly. Cement your legacy by helping people solve their problems, and pick up an elusive item or two on the way with your newfound abilities. So it says, should you choose to accept it, as if the epic story of Paper Mario 2 weren't enough game for you, there's also 30 unlockable side quests ready for the taking. Simply visit the Trouble Center on Rogueport's east side and check out the board. You may complete the Trouble missions in any order though. Completing them chronologically is easiest. So, a little bit of detail for those 30 side quests. And that's pretty much how the guide wraps up, except for this final section of Pit of 100 Trials. Many who dare to venture 100 levels beneath Rogueport do not survive the horrors there. Muster every ounce of courage and prepare for the toughest fight of all. So kind of like the Tower of Terror. We've got some endurance trials here. And then, of course, on the inside back cover, we've got the obligatory Nintendo Power subscription. Yar! Get NP or walk the plank. And that is how Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door wraps up. So that's all for this edition of first-party Nintendo Players Guides. There won't be too many more as we're getting towards the end. There's going to be GameCube, which we've just covered, Nintendo DS, and then finally Wii, as that is the point at which Nintendo stopped publishing the guides in-house. They would pass that responsibility off to Prima Games. But I do hope that you enjoyed this episode and will stay tuned for more like it, as well as lots of other unboxing content that I'll have here for you at World of Nintendo. So until that next one, take care.